everywhere. GBS.
A very delightful evening today, the 3rd of March 2023. It is an exceptional day indeed. March 3rd is the World Wildlife Day. It is a United Nations International Day to celebrate all the world's wild animals and plants and their contribution to our lives and the planet's health. So on behalf of GBS TV, happy World Wildlife Day. This is GBS News at 9. My name is Beatrice Njeri. Our sign language interpreter is Maureen Chebet. Be sure to engage us on our platforms at GBS TV Africa, and the SMS line is 21144. Let's kickstart tonight's bulletin. President William Ruto on Friday arrived at the 86th National Youth Service Pass-Out Parade in Gilgil, Nakuru County. The head of state presided over the event that will see a new cluster graduate after undergoing a 6-month initial paramilitary training. Speaking during the Passing Out Parade, Ruto said the youth service will recruit 20,000 youths from the 10,000 that the institution currently takes in. He said this aims at creating opportunities for millions of youths in the country. Let's take a look. National Youth Service on Friday held its pass-out parade ceremony at Gilgil Training Academy in Nakuru County.
Is silent drill.
About 30,000 youths are recruited annually and trained in various skills: paramilitary, engineering, fashion and design, business management, catering, agriculture, secretarial, plant operation, construction, driving, and prepared for other national matters such as service in the armed forces, national reconstruction, and disaster management.
Kazi sasa ndio hiyo. Kazi ndio hiyo. Wako tayari.
President William Ruto presided over the event that will see a new cluster graduate after undergoing a 6-month initial paramilitary training. Speaking on Friday during the National Youth Service 86th Passing Out Parade in Gilgil, President William Ruto has directed 4 ministries in his administration to allocate at least 30% of their vacancies to National Youth Service men and women.
I am enhancing the path to the disciplined services by directing the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Energy, Climate Change and Forestry, Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife and Heritage, as well as the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, to allocate at least 30% of their vacancies to National Youth Servicemen and women.
In addition, the head of state stated that his government will ensure a majority of young people will explore their expertise and acquire knowledge with the enhanced enrollment. Ruto said the move will encourage and motivate young Kenyans on their path to national service and productivity. In addition, youth service will recruit 20,000 youths from the 10,000 that the institution currently takes in.
We want to enhance the annual intake. The annual intake from 10,000 every intake to 20,000 every intake. In other words, we want to double the intake of young people joining the National Youth Service from every location in the Republic of Kenya as a mechanism of creating sufficient patriotism and giving opportunity to young people in rural areas who otherwise may not have the means or may not have the opportunity to be able to explore their.
There were 11,692 graduates during the pass-out parade at Gilgil.
akisema mujue mambo ni shwari.
Despite the president's directive, the employment sector is said to have equally stagnated despite Kenya's progressive economic growth over the past years, with an exception of 2020, the pandemic year. According to the National Treasury, the country's economic growth rose to an 11-year high last year, recovering from the COVID-19 low of negative 0.3% to 7.5%. Beatrice Njeri, GBS News. Kenya joined the rest of the world in celebrating World Wildlife Day at a colorful ceremony held at Amboseli National Park in Kajiado County. The Kenya Wildlife Service commemorated World Wildlife Day by naming elephants in Amboseli National Park in Kajiado County. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Convention of International Trade in Endangered Species, which is instrumental in protecting thousands of plants and animals. On World Wildlife Day, the world reflects on the responsibility to protect the magnificent diversity of life on our planet. This year's theme, Partnership for Wildlife Conservation, recognizes that during the implementation of Kenya's National Wildlife Conservation Agenda, the government partners with various allies and stakeholders. These include relevant ministries, departments and agencies, intergovernmental agencies, embassies and high commissions, local and international and governmental organizations, private and community conferences and research institutions, local communities and institutions of learning. And now to another story. The clergy from Mwingi region have castigated the recent ruling by the Kenyan Apex Court, which gave a no to the registration of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and queer persons communities in the country, terming it as outrageous and against both African culture and religion. According to the men of God, Kenya is by large a Christian society, followed by Muslim and African religious believers, and none of the above advocate for the same-sex marriages. In a press statement on Mwingi Town, Bishop Jarrison Mwendwa, who read a statement on behalf of the clergy, urged the government and all religious leaders to join hands and fight against any attempts to register outfits that may lead to moral decay in the society. He wondered what the end result of registering such outlawed organizations would be. Archbishop Julius Nyerere of the Jesus Messiahship Church Ministries lauded President William Ruto for his strong stance against the ruling, urging him to stay put and save the country from such despicable organizations.
Bishop Jarrison Mwendwa, I pastor a church in Celebration Life Church in Mwingi, in Kitui County, a member of United Alliance, Clergy Alliance, and a member in Mwingi Clergy Association. Kenya is predominantly a religious nation. Approximately 80% of the population identifies as Christian, 10% as Muslim, 5% follow traditional African religions, and approximately 2% Hindu. This means, therefore, that a supermajority of Kenyans subscribe to a form of religious teachings, and none of their teachings or practices subscribe to the strange and bizarre idea of homosexuality. The Bible, the Quran, and the Gita and the traditional African customs all advocate against homosexuality.
To say no to the ruling of the Supreme Court of allowing the LGBTQ to be registered in the NGO board. We want to thank His Excellency the President William Samoei Ruto for coming out very clearly at a time like this to stand and declare such a things will never happen in our country, Kenya. This is a true demonstration of leadership during the time of crisis and during the time of laying a foundation of wickedness that can subdue this nation and the generation that are coming.
The High Court has nullified the August 9, 2022 election of Magarini Member of Parliament Harrison Kombe. Justice Alfred Mabeya of the Malindi High Court ruled on Friday, March that Kombe, who ran on ODM ticket, engaged in ballot stuffing and altering of the election results. Kombe defeated Stanley Kenga of the United Democratic Alliance Party by only 21 votes. He got 11,946 votes against Kenga's 11,925 votes. Michael Kingi of Pamoja African Alliance Party came third with 7,921 votes. UDS Kenga filed a petition at the High Court seeking the nullification of Kombe's win over alleged electoral malpractice. Kombe, who served for 2 terms from 2007 to 2013 and 2013 to 2017, attracted controversy in 2017 when he claimed that he could cure HIV using electroshock therapy.
Kulikuwa na ukora, kulikuwa na wizi na dhulma iliweza kufanyika. Leo tumepata nafasi kama mahakama ilivyoweza kutoa uamuzi wa kurudi tena uwanjani. Ombi langu ni kwamba wana Magarini kikamilifu tutashirikiana. Na hii ni nafasi tumepewa ili kuweza kuitumia kikamilifu tuwe ndani ya serikali. Tunajua kwamba mrengo ambao umeunda serikali ndani ya taifa letu la Kenya ni mrengo wa Kenya Kwanza.
Manake Stanley ameonyesha ukakamavu, kupeleka kesi mahakamani sio mchezo. Na aliyopitia miezi hiyo 6 yote ni magumu. Na hata mkiangalia hivi leo katika uamuzi wa mahakama, Stanley peke yake ndo amehudhuria uamuzi ule. Kwa hivyo naomba sana Kenya Kwanza. Tunajua tuko na chama chetu hapa nyumbani, lakini hatutaki tuwe tutagongana. Muhimu ni kupata kile kiti cha Magarini.
Si Magarini tu. Yeye akiwa mbunge wa kitaifa pale anawakilisha Kenya nzima. Watapitisha sheria pale ambapo zinatugusa sisi sote. Na mimi mwenyewe nimemwona Stanley bungeni akiteta na kupigania haki za watu wa Magarini.
Venye tumeona mahakama yenye imefuata, nataka tukushukuru, manake tumeona haki imeonekana kwa haki, na sisi tunapenda haki na tunapenda amani. Ombi tu kwa watu wa Magarini, wana Magarini wenzangu, naomba ya kwamba tushirikiane wakati huu ambao tunaenda kwa by-election, tushirikiane vizuri. Manake tayari tumeshajua yule ambaye anaweza kubadilisha uongozi Magarini si mwingine, ni Stanley Karisa Kenga.
And on that note, we are taking our first commercial break and we'll be right back with even more news. Let's take that break.
Welcome to Mahanaim International High School. Are you worried about the character of your child? Mahanaim is the best Christian and character building school and offer British National Curriculum, IGCSE O-Level and GCE A-Level, and mixed day and boarding school. For more inquiry, call 0710 111 333.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back. You're still watching GBS News at 9. And of course, do remember to keep the conversation going through our SMS line 21144 and GBS TV Africa in all our social media handles. And now moving on with stories making headline. First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto opened the Segera Mission Hospital in Laikipia County on the 2nd of March 2023. A big relief to the people living in arid and semi-arid regions who face many unique health and well-being challenges that require compassionate and and urgent response. Elsewhere, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi this afternoon left Baku, Azerbaijan, where he had represented His Excellency President William Ruto at the summit of the Non-Aligned Movement Contract Group in response to COVID-19. Here are the details.
First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto opens the Segera Mission Hospital in Laikipia County on 2nd March 2023, a big relief to the people living in arid and semi-arid regions who face many unique health and well-being challenges that require a compassionate and urgent response. Being the only hospital in a 72-kilometer radius, the Segera Mission Hospital will provide essential medical services that save thousands of Kenyans the expense of traveling far for treatment. The maternity wing in particular will significantly reduce the risk associated with childbirth at a time when 1 in 11 women die due to inadequate access to quality health care.
Leo umetufungulia Mission Hospital. Mimi sitaki kukusubua ile ishara umefanya hii ingine mimi, kwa sababu sasa hii imekuwa a hospital. Itakuwa kazi yangu kama mtumishi wa Laikipia County kuhakikisha madaktari, kwa sababu hapa si sasa mambo ya nasi na clinical officer, sasa tutaleta daktari hapa kwa hii hospitali.
Wacha niseme kwamba Mungu ametubariki kuweza kukua na sehemu ama mahali kama hapa. Kawaida mama, haitakuwa vema mama apoteze maisha yake kwa kulete maisha duniani. Hiyo sio mpango ya Mungu. Congratulations to the director Segera Mission na wale wote washikadau ambao walisaidiana kuhakikisha kwamba hili jengo limeweza kumalizika.
Elsewhere, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi this afternoon left Baku, Azerbaijan, where he had represented His Excellency President William Ruto at the summit of the Non-Aligned Movement Contact Group in response to COVID-19. While at the summit, Mudavadi applauded the NAM Contact Group on COVID-19 for doing a tremendous job in lobbying for not just availability, but more access to vaccines. The PCS also took the opportunity to engage with Kenyans living and working in Azerbaijan and also met different Azerbaijan investors willing to come to Kenya to do business.
Kenya applauds the non-aligned movement under the Azerbaijan leadership for spearheading NAM campaign to access vaccines during the COVID-19 pandemic. Kenya supports NAM on the need for the international community to boost debt relief and restructuring to help African countries mitigate the effects of COVID-19 through investments and implementation of practical climate change adaptation programs.
James Odhiambo, GBS News.
Isuzu East Africa has today launched a new flagship after-sales facility in Nairobi, enabling more proficiency and faster turnaround times. The 35 million Kenya shillings facility will enable customers to get faster services and access 10,000 different parts of their vehicles. Speaking during the launch, the company's executive officer, Naohiko Yanagawa, who also was a chief guest at the launch, said the company will now be able to offer comprehensive after-sales solutions that boost modern vehicle service and diagnostic technology to ensure customers receive accurate vehicle health checks. Let's take a look.
Isuzu East Africa has today launched a new flagship after-sales facility in Nairobi, enabling more proficiency and faster turnaround times. The 35 million Kenyan shillings facility will enable customers to get faster services and access 10,000 different parts for their vehicles, and is also said to have a wide spectrum of proprietary diagnostic equipment to troubleshoot or tune the largest range of Isuzu vehicles that feature powerful and efficient common rail engines. Speaking during the launch, the company's executive officer Naohiko Yanagawa, who was also the chief guest at the launch, said the company will now be able to offer comprehensive after-sales solutions that boast modern vehicle service and diagnostic technology to ensure customers receive accurate vehicle health checks.
We sincerely appreciate the tremendous support and partnership that we have received over the years from the Kenya government. The after-sales division is a great deal for Isuzu Motors. The main task of the department is quality improvement and promote the customer products. We recognize the importance of the service because our customers depend on the truck, pickup, and industrial engine as an excellent workforce for their business. We appreciate the Isuzu East Africa community, and we promise to continue to supporting you in delivering innovative solutions to realize the promise of the being your customers plus logistics partner. We wish you great success in your work. It is now my great honor to declare this heavy commercial vehicle facility officially launched for that business.
Isuzu East Africa CEO Ms. Kavashe further affirmed that customers will spend a maximum of 2 hours for scheduled maintenance to get access to mobile services and field engineers all from the facility.
Over the years, Isuzu East Africa has established itself as the leading trusted logistics partner in the region, providing effective solutions for our customers as well as growing our manufacturing. This facility has been informed by the demands of our customers wanting to be able to deliver the products to their customers quickly. And we are seeing a growth in demand for heavy commercial and light commercial after-sales support. So this facility will be equipped by very, very highly trained technicians who will be able to continue to deliver outstanding support to our customers.
I urge our customers in East Africa to take advantage of this facility.
The new facility houses the Isuzu Health Inspection Service Center, where trainee mechanics enhance their skills. The facility is suited to serve long-haul trucks and buses and takes advantage of the major highway network and the logistics gateway to the country's premier port. The facility will also provide Isuzu customers with a computerized Isuzu Vehicle Health Report that enables Isuzu to determine vehicle conditions, to advise on proper maintenance timing based on vehicle driving environment and driving style. The reports will also inform customers on how best to reduce fuel consumption costs and get hints for extending the life of consumables, such as brake-related parts, hence improving on efficiencies of vehicles. The heavy commercial vehicle facility will also be the distribution outlet for its Tanzanian and Ugandan markets. Hilary Kabila, GBS News.
And now moving to international news, the second-placed candidate in Nigeria's election, Atiku Abubakar, has joined third-place Peter Obi on Thursday in saying he will challenge the results in court. Mr. Abubakar of the main opposition PDP called the results a rape of democracy after getting 29% of the vote. Hours earlier, the Labour's party, Mr. Obi, who got 25%, told supporters they had been robbed of victory and vowed to prove it to Nigerians. Bola Tinubu, of the ruling APC party, was declared the winner with 37%. Lina Lunjok with a report.
Mr. Atiku Abubakar has said in his speech that the election was grossly flawed in every material particular and as such, and this must be challenged by all Nigerians, adding that he was consulting his lawyers. It is not clear whether such problems were enough to affect the outcome, as Mr. Tinubu had a margin of victory of about 1.8 million votes. This will mark Mr. Abubakar's sixth unsuccessful attempt at the presidency.
The dreams and aspirations of Nigerians who braced all the challenges to go and cast their votes on Saturday, 25th of February 2023, were shattered by the conduct of the Independent National Electoral Commission, which failed woefully to live up to expectations. The weekend election was neither free nor fair. Preliminary assessments indicate that it is the worst conducted election since the return to democratic rule. The manipulation and fraud that attended this election was unprecedented in the history of our nation.
On the other hand, Mr. Obi said election will go down as one of the most controversial elections in Nigerian history. The good and hardworking people of Nigeria had again been robbed by our supposed leaders whom they trusted. Moreover, both politicians have 21 days from the day the results were announced to challenge the result at Nigerian highest court of appeal. Mr. Obi refused to say what evidence he had to prove that he won the election, but its challenge is likely to be based on the inability of the Independent National Electoral Commission to publish results from the polling unit in the real time using a new electronic transmission system.
Election, as you know, did not meet the minimum standard expected of a free, transparent, credible, fair election. It will go down as one of the most controversial elections ever conducted in Nigeria. The good and hardworking people of Nigeria have again been robbed.
The Independent National Electoral Commission guideline for the election explicitly stated that results from each of the more than 176,000 polling stations will be electronically transmitted to the Commission collation system and also uploaded to its website, though that was not possible on Saturday, which INEC apologizes for what it called technical glitches. It said that any discrepancies between result of the portal and physical result will be investigated and resolved. INEC also blamed delays on factors beyond its control, like the lack of internet access at some polling stations, for its inability to upload the result. There were also some cases of arming men attacking polling stations and stealing ballot boxes. Leno Lunjok, GBS News.
And now to other international news. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov accused the United States of hypocrisy after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Russia cannot be allowed to wage war in Ukraine with impunity during a security forum they attended in New Delhi on Friday. Here is more on the same.
The top diplomat from Moscow and Washington had both attended the group of G20 foreign ministers gathering in the Indian capital earlier this week and meet in person for the first time since Russian forces invaded Ukraine a year ago.
I told the foreign minister what I and so many others said last week at the United Nations and what so many G20 foreign ministers said today. End this war of aggression. Engage in meaningful diplomacy that can produce a just and durable peace. President Zelensky has put forward a 10-point plan for a just and durable peace. The United States stand ready to support Ukraine through diplomacy to end the war on this basis. President Putin, however, has demonstrated zero interest in engaging, saying there's nothing to even talk about. Urged Russia to reverse its irresponsible decision and return to implementing the New START Treaty, which places verifiable limits on the nuclear arsenals of the United States and the Russian Federation.
Speaking at the same Strategic Affairs Forum after Blinken, Lavrov said it was double standard to question Russian action in Ukraine when the United States cited a threat of its national interest to justify militarism intervention in various parts of the world, including the war in Iraq, airstrike on Libya, and the bombing of Yugoslavia during the Kosovo conflict in the year 1999. Lavrov also said the question of when Russia will negotiate an end to the war should be put to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
By making a lot of rhetorical statements, they wanted to put at the forefront the problem, the situation around Ukraine, which they present under the guise of the so-called Russian aggression. It did not yield anything good. The discussion, at least in regards of the Western countries' speeches, the G7 countries, they were getting very emotional in their statements, and it all was damaging the normal process of discussing the issues that are really important for the G20 agenda.
At the G20, the United States and its allies called on member countries to keep pressuring Russia to end the conflict. But the G20 was unable to agree on a joint statement on the war due to opposition from China and Russia, which called its action as a special military operation aimed at moving what it said is a threat to its own security. The Russian minister went to accuse Washington of trying to militarize the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, a partnership between the United States, Australia, India, and Japan that focuses on strategic issues in the Indo-Pacific region. The Quad statement also took a barely disguised swab at China by denouncing action that increased tension in the South China Sea and the militarization of disputed territories in the area. China has denounced the Quad as a Cold War constructed and a clique targeting other countries. Lena Lunjok, GBS News.
And that marks the end of the news segment and, of course, the start of the sports news. But first, let's take a quick commercial break.
Welcome to Mahanaim International High School. Are you worried about the character of your child? Mahanaim is the best Christian and character building school and offer British National Curriculum, IGCSE O-Level and GCE A-Level, and mixed day and boarding school. For more inquiry, call 0710 111 333.
Na kukaribisha tena katika makao makuu yako katika ulimwengu wa michezo.
Yoga is not a sport. Yoga is actually a way of life.
Ukiona FIFA inaingilia kati, it means that the FIFA rules have been violated.
From day one akiingia kwa akademi yako, unamwambia masomo na talent lazima ziende. The moment unasikia masomo imeenda hivi chini, hata time out. Hata hiyo time out kwa football na kando.
Yeah, wanawake ni wengi actually mpaka saa hizi. Tumekaa ni kama tumekuwa wanawake wamekuwa wengi kuliko wanaume. Kuna wale ambao ni artistic. Yes, wanapenda mambo ya kuigiza.
I am coded to look for solutions.
You limit yourself, not the sport doesn't limit you.
We say a dedicated women-only show that focuses only on women.
Everywhere, GBS.
Eder Milicao's own goal yesterday gave Barcelona a narrow win against Real Madrid on the first leg of the Copa del Rey in Santiago Bernabeu. Barcelona were lucky to secure the win as they seemed to be weaker side as they struggled to keep the ball. Manchester United will face Liverpool on Sunday as the Reds seek to get the top four. Liverpool have not lost in any of the last 6 home encounters with Manchester United since 2016.
Real Madrid lost to Barcelona yesterday on the first leg of a Copa del Rey semi-finals at Santiago Bernabeu. Barcelona ate Real Madrid on an own goal on the 27th minute by Eder Militao and never recovered. The return leg will be played next month with the winner making it to the finals. Barcelona were so lucky to secure the win considering that they were the weaker side throughout the match as they struggled to keep the ball. They were without talisman forward Roberto Lewandowski, midfielder Rodri and Ousmane Dembele. Barcelona ended a bad week after being knocked out of the Europa by Manchester United and losing to Almeria on the La Liga last weekend. Real Madrid, meanwhile, won 5-2 against Liverpool on the Champions League and drew with Atletico Madrid 1-1. EPL matches continue this weekend as City set to face 4th place Newcastle. Newcastle are seeking to finish on the top 4 as they started this season well. City are seeking to reclaim the title. They are on the 2nd place with 55 points, just 5 points below Arsenal. Andy Howe has lost 3 matches in a row this February and is hoping to start off a new month well. Arsenal will face Bournemouth, who earlier lost 4-1 to Manchester City last weekend. Arsenal, who are the league leaders, will be seeking to win to put their hope alive of winning the title. Bournemouth has won just 1 match in their last 5 matches this season, while Arsenal have won 3 and lost just 1. Bournemouth are on the 19th place on the league, while Arsenal are on the 1st place. Chelsea will take Lens tomorrow as both teams seek to secure 3 points each due to their poor performance recently. Chelsea have just won 1 match in their 8 recent matches, while Lens have won twice in their last 8 matches. Chelsea have won 9 matches in all their encounters, while Lens have won 4, and the 2 teams have drawn 4 in their last 17 matches they have met. Manchester United versus Liverpool
is the biggest weekend match on Sunday, as on-form Manchester United is set to face the Rennes at Anfield. The two teams have met once this season. United are ranked third, while Liverpool stand at the 6th place. Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 6 home games by Manchester United since 2016. But Sunday's match may be different, considering Manchester United form at the moment. Ten Hag is seeking to win the title, while Klopp is seeking to secure a place on the top 4. Reporting for GBS TV, I'm McDonald.
Once again, thank you for joining this live broadcast, and that ushers us to complete this segment tonight. And of course, do make sure to keep the SMSs coming in through our SMS line 21144 and GBS TV Africa in all our social media handles. Here at GBS News at 9, we make your news our business. My name is Beatrice Njeri. Our sign language interpreter is Maureen Chabet. Good night.